Hi, welcome to Spiritual Connection. I'm your host, Katie Augustyn. So I'm a transformation coach, I'm an energy healer, I'm a shamanic practitioner, and I'm the spiritual head of Transformation Center CT, which is based in Westport, Connecticut. So at the center, we do a variety of workshops, trainings, we do individual coaching sessions and healing sessions. We also host satsang once a month, usually on the 4th or 5th Wednesday of every month. And satsang is in Sanskrit, in the company of the truth. It's a really nice evening just to get together, talk a little bit. We do meditation, we do chanting, we have refreshments. So anytime that you're available, just check it out on the website and sign up and come. We'd love to see you. So the Spiritual Connection show is all about connection. It's about connecting with each other as well as connecting more fully with our own spiritual selves. And connection is one of my core values, so I'm really enjoying doing the show. And my guest tonight, actually, I have 2 guests tonight, so this is awesome. And I'd like to introduce them to you. And their names are Pamela Malloy and Allegra Harrington. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well,
it's good to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really happy to meet you. I just recently, this is the first time we've met, even though we've talked on the phone and everything. But I want to just read a little bit about y'all before we get started, so the audience has just a little bit of information. So Pamela is an author, a speaker, a licensed counselor, a yogi and Reiki master. And she recently published a book called Tales of Tara, The Awakening. Can't wait to hear more about that, and she'll show it to us a little bit later. And so Pam is committed to mind, body, and spirit healing. And she has been advocating and helping others since the early 1990s. So thanks for being here, Pam.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to get to know you. A little bit about Allegra. Okay. So Allegra explores culture and her spiritual connection from nature through her art. And it's beautiful art. I saw it on your website. And the art of movement from her book, Topography. So you're going to tell us a little bit about that later too, okay?
Thank you.
She is an activist as well, an angelic goddess healer for women in recovery. Wow, how beautiful. Wow, I can't wait to hear more about all of what y'all do. But first, I always ask my guest, tell us a little bit about your personal spiritual journey thus far. A little bit, not the whole, maybe, we don't have that much time, I'm sure. But what about you starting, Pam?
All right. Well, my journey began in the early 1990s, and a lot of synchronicity was happening in my life. And I was getting a divorce, and I started working on my life and having memories and things. And I actively participated in a lot of different kinds of therapies for myself and 12-step programs. So that really was a major awakening to a lot of things that I had never experienced before. And the journey took me to many different types of healers and mentors and spiritual experiences that in my very concrete black and white world seemed very new. So that's basically how it all began.
Yeah, that's great. So you've been on the journey for a while. Is there one thing during that period that stands out in particular, or was everything as helpful as the other, do you think? Do you know what I mean? Was there one mentor or one healer, one modality or one
Actually,
center,
I think they all worked together and complemented each other. I mean, I did body work, I did energy healing, I did, traditional therapy, which is somewhat Jungian type unconscious work. But I think they all really complemented each other. I did do art and writing So there was a lot of creative aspect to my healing, which was very important. So it really all worked together, and the body, mind, and spirit.
I love that,
Yeah.
because that's exactly how it does work, you know. So that's perfect. Well, thank you for sharing that. Great. How about you, Allegra? Do you want to tell us a little bit about yours?
Well, I think really the place where it started for me was in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 1973. And I just was surrounded by this amazing Native American culture and also the Chicano culture. And as a young artist, being away from Fairfield County and immersing myself in that community, I was so inspired to just set myself free. With dance, I had a triple major. It was in anthropology, art, and dance. And it was a combination of those three that just catapulted me. Culture in specific, that Native American culture has just been with me forever. And in 2012, I was very concerned with the earth changes, with the political arena. And I decided to go see my guru in India, and because he was getting older. And I was in Chennai for almost 9 days and had 14 satsangs within that time with him. And that vibration was just so incredible for me. And to this day, I am nourished by that energy, but I'm nourished by your energy, because your energy is so wonderful.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I feel like both of us are here because of the love vibration. And I just, for me, I'm a Woodstock girl, and that's all I really want to do is emit love through art, through movement, through self-discovery, through self-love. Hardship has been part of my journey, a lot of hardship. And when I got divorced, my angels started writing to me. I had never experienced anything like it. And so to this day, I feel really blessed and really guided. But I'm inspired by you too.
Oh, thank you.
And what you're doing.
Well,
And I'm really inspired by her and what she's doing.
I'm
So I feel very blessed.
Yeah, well, there's totally a reason why we connected. I always feel that, and I totally agree with you that it's all about love. You know, if we could just get everyone else to realize that, that's what it's underneath, that's what it's all about, you know. So that's awesome. And so then you guys kind of started, when did you meet? What is your, because we're going to get there eventually, because I know you guys work together a lot, you're partners in various projects and businesses. So when did that part start?
12, 13?
13, I think.
2013?
Yeah, 2013.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we met in an organization called Under Earners Anonymous. And we were...
Under Earners Anonymous. I haven't heard
Yes.
of that. That's
We'll
right.
put that out there.
We were just devoted to self-mastery because we were having issues with living our true purpose, being authentic, living a balanced financial life, but also making sure that our visions were going to come true. And so it's an incredible supportive environment. And we met, and I just remember how I was so attracted to her vibration.
I can see why. That's awesome. Yeah. So then you just started talking about what's possible and
Exactly.
what you wanted to do together. You had the same goals, same mission? pretty much?
Yes.
Yeah.
To help women
And what would
thrive.
that be? To help women thrive.
Absolutely. To help them get through pain for a transformation.
And you do that in different ways. You don't do the same thing, right?
Well, we're doing it together because although Allegra's more of the artist than I am, I love art, and I have always used art in my own healing, and I like to help cultivate that with people that I'm working with. So the art is definitely a connection. And movement, I mean, I did do dance and compete in figure skating and different
So you
things
have
and
that in common,
gymnastics.
too.
So
Uh-huh.
that physical is very healing.
Yeah.
And then in recent history, it's yoga. So, but we had a lot of those connections that were really similar, as well as doing, just both spent a long time doing our self-healing, and we wanted to do something more to help women who are like uncertain of their path or what's next, and we moving forward, finding their purpose.
Yeah. Wow, that's a beautiful mission. So tell us about the Goddess's journey to self-mastery, because that's one of your projects right now, or, well, describe it. I don't want to describe it for you. Tell us about it. Whoever
I
wants
thought
to.
you started to speak.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, we actually formulated it. It's just been in the making a little less than a year now.
Oh, okay.
We knew we wanted to work together, but we started deciding on different, coming up with an actual system that had a beginning and an end. To work with women who are either like in transition, retiring, stuck, empty nesters, right?
Yeah.
And looking and just realizing that something's missing. So we want to help them, look inward and find their creative expression and help their journey moving forward.
Perfect. And we've started with a small day retreat, and it's a combination of meditation, setting an intention, writing in a journal, doing a yoga breath release, creating a mandala of your soul's journey. What imagery you're guided to. There are no mistakes in God's kingdom. You are naturally drawn to certain imagery for a reason, and through art, we've seen how many amazing mandalas there are.
Yeah.
And so it's really a walking meditation that we're doing in three-dimensional form.
Yeah.
And we also have music.
Okay.
And
Maybe a little dance in there too.
a
Really?
little movement, yeah, and some koshi bells, which I discovered are from France, and it's sound healing. It's just a beautiful sound that encourages the child within to dance, which is so important if you're trying to move through things, to engage your inner child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, because we know how important that is.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds really amazing. And
Yeah.
how has the response been so far?
Well, we found a wonderful location in South Norwalk, a wonderful healing center. And, it's just a matter of us getting out there. We started a meetup, and we already have followers. And
cool.
so, it's pretty exciting because we're incorporating our books too. And so there's a lot of interesting information that's available.
Yeah, because you both have a book. Well, why don't we talk about that a little bit? You want to tell us about the Tales of Tara? Well, you can hold it
Okay.
up, and I
Okay.
think the camera can
Just
pick it up, but hold it up close to your face so they can see it. Yeah.
Well, this is a story. It's written about Tara, who has been sexually abused in her childhood, but most of those experiences are repressed, and it comes out, and it's her journey and dealing with a lot of major challenges in the present day. And it's parts of it are rather graphic, but we're hearing more about these things today. So
That's true.
and actually my motivation for presenting this, and I guess the timing is good too, is that I want people to see what a sexual abuse survivor goes through. And as a licensed counselor, I've worked with hundreds, both men and women, who have been sexually abused. And they don't know how to navigate it. They need to be guided to different resources, and this is helping them to see what it's like, and others to see really, because I don't think people really get it unless they really know they're very close to someone. So that's part of it, and it introduces a lot of different healing modalities. It talks about a lot of different things, and then the beginning of the spiritual journey and finding a purpose in all this pain, and coming to the other side and feeling there's certain numbers, numerology, synchronicities that happen that keep Tara moving forward, saying, this is all, I know this is painful, but there's something, there's a reason that I'm going through this, and I'm just going to keep healing and keep moving forward.
Oh, wow. So that's very inspiring.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, yeah, so it has, like it comes full circle almost. So it's not, I mean, it's painful, but like you said, there's a purpose to the pain, and yeah, and you come out and learn something.
And healing
learn
is possible.
healing.
It's not easy, but it's worth the journey.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's great. Congratulations. So this is a recent publication?
Yes, it's just a couple months ago, as a
Okay, well,
matter of
hold
fact.
it up one more time so the audience can
just
see.
a couple of months ago, and I have a website.
Like face it towards us, yeah. Okay, nice. And is it available, so on your website, people can,
yeah, my
people
website,
can access it
Amazon, Barnes &
there?
Noble.
Of course, Amazon, of course.
Yeah, everything's available there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Oh, really?
I'm hoping
Very
that it
sweet.
reaches people that can really benefit and helped and feel validated.
So they can learn from it, tell their story, you know. So my sense is that a lot of people, I know it's better now, but still feel the need to repress, and you know, the shame is kind of still there. So this will help them realize what's possible for them, I would think. Yeah. Well, that's really wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. Interested to read it, to get a copy. So
Yay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so great. So Allegra, what is your book about?
So my book is called Topography, and it's a visual memoir.
Okay.
And I did this about a year ago, but I had an experience when I had to sell my home in 2014, and I had a terrible illness, and I realized I was grieving. And I lived in this cottage for 10 months, and this is a story about my healing in the cottage and how my art that I made healed my psyche, my mind, and my body. So there's imagery in here of my artwork, and then there was a connection to the landscape that was so amazing, and it was the voice of the animals speaking to me on the landscape, and they were spiritual voices. And so anyway, I just feel so blessed that I was able to share this. And I also found along the way a vision board, a map making. All of a sudden, one day, I had like a little epiphany, and because I am an artist, I created a little vision board that anyone could use for their own journey forward. And it had to do with connecting with nature, connecting with your own altar within, with your color healing, with your angels. And it was just an amazing thing. And I'm incorporating it in our wonderful retreats.
Okay, good.
And it just, you know, we are manifestors. Goddesses are manifestors, and we are really good manifestors.
Yeah.
And we just need a little love and guidance.
Yeah, no, it's true. I bet that's, people love that. Because
So
it gives them, you know, it's almost like a little template where they can follow and
it's a map.
start, at least get started. A map is
It's
the way
like
you
a
describe
map.
it. It's a map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
very cool.
I'm sure there's a little past life stuff going on in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a wonderful little part that I wanted to read to you.
Okay, sure.
On the front door was a little knocker, and on the front door was a knocker, and it was the wail of a tail, and I was just stunned by the wail of the tail. And it said, on the front of the cottage was a beautiful whale's tail. Whales are animals who always signify that great spirits are within and have a great language to share. Sounds are important to the history of animals. All animals have a frequency that they emit, and whales make sounds at an incredible frequency. When the whale goes down into the water, the tail shows a sign that he is coming out of the depths of life, but he is not submerged. The whale tail is a spread open, giving a message to the people on earth with his tail spread out. It's very humbling to hear the whale's call in the water. When I saw that tail, I knew that I was going to come home. Somehow I was going to come into terms with this terrible feeling that I had in my body and heart and soul, but I knew that everything was going to be all right. So it was a symbol that I was going to be okay.
Yeah, that's perfect timing.
So anyway.
It's beautiful. Well, good for you. I'm glad that helped you. It really sounds like it made a big difference.
It did. It really did.
Yeah, because I feel you have such a strong connection to nature. It's beautiful.
I do.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I think people are always helped by that if they can recognize it and use it, and appreciate it. I think so many people take nature for granted and don't really realize that we're all, not only are we all connected, but we're all the same, and whether it's a plant or an animal or human or rock or whatever. So that's great that you were, right there with that.
Thank
and
you.
being in New Mexico, with the Native Americans, I bet that was really special. Yeah. What about, have you done any work in shamanism?
I've had past life regression, so I have a definite connection to the healing in past lives as a Native American woman, and getting in touch with the spirit of the animals and the culture and the symbology and everything that's available to us all for healing.
I was blown away when I first started, taking the training, the shamanic practitioner training, and there's so much there, and it's been there for how many tens of thousands of years, and it's ancient, and it's still very powerful today. I mean, it's very useful too. People really get a lot out of it. So I was glad I found out about it.
I haven't had classes in it, but my Reiki master was also taught shamanism, and my editor for this book was traveled all over the world doing healing. So there's something, some part of that is.
Yeah.
I see it in the future.
You're drawn to that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Well, I happen to know some people that really, very good. The person that I worked with, she's a shaman, and she's been around for a medicine woman. And in fact, I do a spiritual leadership group with her as well, and she's coming Saturday to my house to run that and do some healings while she's there. So, and I mean, I'll be happy to do a healing for you too if you just want to experience it, see what that's like, and see. Talk about it. I'll be happy to do that too.
That'd be great.
I mean, I can't certify you, but I can give you some information and let you see what it's all about.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'd be
Sounds
happy to do
great.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let me know. Yeah, so do you guys have any of your events like coming up soon, or, well, I guess it's not going to be, we don't know when the show's going to run, so it may not be timely, but don't you have something on the calendar?
Yes.
Well, we have another retreat because we like the new moon. So
Oh,
for
right.
this month it's a thunder moon. Last month it was a strawberry moon.
Okay.
So we like to
yeah.
keep, which I guess that's partially Native American.
I was going to ask you where
are.
those terminologies
Yeah,
originate. Is
It
it
is.
Native American?
A lot of them were based on their agriculture and their seasons, the different moons that they chose.
Okay. So it's a given month, like
Strawberries, June,
June, and then thunder.
July.
Was appropriate last night, all that thunder we had.
Yes,
That was-
absolutely. Right after the full moon.
Oh, boy. Yeah, a lot.
That was pretty powerful, yes.
Yeah.
So we have that. We're trying to do one every month,
month.
around close to the new moon, because that's the
Okay.
time of manifesting.
Yes.
So that's
All
our
right.
plan.
So people can find that on your website.
Well, we have a flyer,
You have a
too.
flyer that, I
Yeah.
don't know if people can, they're not going to be able to read it, but
Yeah,
can
for
put it up for
the end of this month, July 28th.
July 28th in Norwalk. In case
Yeah.
the show runs before then. I don't know when it's going to run.
And then we're going to have another one in August. I'm not sure
Okay.
what August moon is, though. I
Yeah,
don't recall.
so it's usually towards the end of the month.
Yes.
About around there. All right, that sounds great. And the place that you found is in Norwalk called Sono Healing Collective?
Yes, on Water Street.
Tell us a little bit about that. I've never been there.
Well, that organization was started by Arden Donahue, and she is a massage therapist and a shamanic healer.
Uh-huh.
And she has a lot of sound healing there, and different massage therapists practice there. And she has just a lovely area that's open to the public, and we just felt like it was a really great place to start.
Yeah, it felt really good.
It's a really
know.
nice healing place. Several different rooms.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'll
Yeah,
have to
it's
check it out.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's great. You know, there's so many things available in our area that was the other reason I wanted to start the show, is just to have people be aware of what's out there, what's available to them, you know, and so many different things. You know, so if you don't want to do, you know, yoga, you could try Reiki, or if you don't want to try Reiki, you could try something, you know, it's just so many things. And then you guys do your own thing, so you do your counseling and your healing. And you do Reiki also, right?
Yes.
You're Reiki master. And do you have another location where you do that, or do you normally go there?
It depends. I mean, I can do. I usually I don't have a specific office
Okay,
right
so
now.
you go to other
Yeah,
places, okay.
Yeah. So that space is like available for a certain
great.
time slots
Uh-huh.
and things
That's
like that.
great.
Yeah.
Well, I just got the word that we're just going to need to wrap up, ladies, but this was so fun talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank
Really,
you.
really,
Thank you
really
so
enjoyed meeting
much.
you, and I'm sure we'll be more in touch as time goes on, do things together, and thanks again for being here, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Thanks to our audience for being here on this episode of Spiritual Connection. I'm your host, Katie Augustyn, signing off. Good night. Blessings. Thank you very much. See you the next time. I added quickly. He said 5 minutes. And then he said, wrap it up. Here's your stuff.
Thank you. Thank you so much.